Welcome everyone to a brand new TV show spoiler review here at Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Tinberg. Today, I am giving you my general spoiler review of the first two episodes of Maul Shadow Lord, the brand new Disney Plus show that came out on Monday, April 7th, but I finally got a chance to watch it, and I can't wait to discuss it with you now. So welcome back, everyone, to Max Talks Movies. Again, before I start this review, it's your last chance. I am going to talk full-fledged spoilers of Maul Shadow Lord. So if you've not checked out any of these first two episodes, go check them out on Disney Plus. The first episode is 30 minutes. The second episode is 23 minutes, both with credits. So watch those episodes around like 50 minutes of your time, then come back here and check out my full spoiler review. So I was very excited for the show. So many people were complaining. I'm done with Star Wars animation. I'm done with Star Wars animation in this timeline in between Revenge of the Sith and New Hope. And everyone said, I'm so tired. How many more stories can we tell with Darth Maul? We know his beginning in Phantom Menace. We know his in between after, in Clone Wars and Solo, and then obviously in Rebels as well. So it's like, what is there more to tell with Darth Maul, especially in this timeline? But I always think Star Wars animation delivers. Again, Clone Wars and Rebels are two of my favorite things ever to come out of Star Wars. I really enjoyed The Bad Batch as well. Not like a great um, show, but I think it's a really solid TV show. And then you had those anthology series where I think like Tales of the Empire, or Tales of the Jedi was I think fantastic. They've kind of slowed down the recent years with the other entries into that anthology series. But like the trailers, the fact that Sam Witwer is physically involved in it, the fact that the show was actually created and written by created by Dave Filoni got me excited. That he's this hands-on back with animation. And these first two episodes absolutely delivered. I loved the first two episodes of this series. This definitely feels like a crime noir show in Star Wars, where I think a lot of people wanted with like the Book of Boba Fett that Sopranos like situation in the realm of Star Wars, where there's all these crime bosses and there's twists and there's turns and you have an overboss and trying to get these multiple different people to turn on each other. And this really is what this feels like. More like Sopranos, Blade Runner, a lot of crime noir elements in the show. The difference is instead of you have Boba Fett, who I don't think is nearly as interesting of a character as Darth Maul, who continues to be one of the most interesting Star Wars characters of all time. Sam Witwer does such an unbelievable job voicing the character as well. And he has one of the most fascinating arcs where he comes from, he's the protege to Palpatine. Then, as a Sith Lord in Phantom Menace, gets destroyed by Obi-Wan, has his return in Clone Wars, brings all of these people up, starts the Shadow Collective. Then Palpatine captures him. He escapes. And you get where he was at the end of Clone Wars, escaping from Ahsoka, trying to destroy Obi-Wan Kenobi and really Anakin Skywalker. And then you meet his ultimate demise in Rebels in an amazing lightsaber battle, a quick lightsaber duel with Obi-Wan on Tatooine. He has such a fascinating arc, and this show, I think, is going to be really interesting because at this point, timeline of the show, it's after the events of Clone Wars, but even before he seemingly takes over Crimson Dawn in Solo, because in Solo, it looked like Dryden Voss was the one who was running Crimson Dawn. But at the end of that movie, obviously Emilia Clarke's character has that message with Maul, wants to bring her to Dathomir and regroup for Crimson Dawn. So obviously at this point in the show, he is no longer obviously the Shadow Collective disbanded. You have the Pikes, you have Crimson Dawn, you have all these different factions, and Maul is trying to get revenge after they all kind of left him in the dust after he was captured by Palpatine. He still has those Mandalorians that are with him. He has some Zabaraks that are with him as well. And he's on a course of destiny to him, not just to get revenge on all these crime bosses, but to find a new apprentice. And that's what we get with this new Twi'lek Jedi character. We have two Jedi characters in the show. At first, they were just two homeless people, but you knew obviously something was up. We know now that both of them are Jedi. The question is, how do they survive Order 66? Because obviously here, seemingly, there's a master and an apprentice in this situation. And I do find it interesting because Devin, I think is her name, who's the Twi'lek who Maul captures after she was imprisoned on Yannix, which is where we are at the beginning of the season. And Maul continues to test her, like leaves her in the prison. And I love the ending to episode 2 where I mean, he just wants her. He's like, you can leave at any time, and she thinks it's just the simple of using the force to pull, the key off. But it's not. He didn't really leave the prison cell that she was in that enclosed, and she got her way out. So I am fascinated the fact that Maul wants a people. It seems like he obviously not just wants for his crime bosses. He wants revenge on Darth Sidious. I still think one of the most fascinating elements too of the season is going to be why hasn't Darth Maul come out and told people that Darth Sidious and Emperor Palpatine are the same person? Never did it in Clone Wars. Again, he knows this information. He told Ahsoka, what if the person running the galaxy was also the Sith Lord? Obviously, she did not believe him. And now he's still on that revenge path for Darth Sidious. But you feel like it'd be easy. You could just call a Jedi, call someone in particular, and tell everyone that Darth Sidious and Emperor Palpatine are the same person. But there is definitely going to be a reason why he is not revealing this, why he's doing this in secret. And again, he wants the revenge on Sidious, which I still find fascinating. I think the why is the most interesting part. We know Maul's End won't be here on the show. I'm very fascinated in what they do. I also liked Wagner Mora's Brandon Lawson character, who's just like a police cop, police cop, same thing. Who does not want the Empire to get involved on this situation because again, if the Empire is called in, they barricade the planet, no one can go in or out, and it feels like they're imprisoned on their own planet. So he's trying to handle this himself, but we know in trailers there are going to be Star Destroyers over this planet. So at some point, the Empire is going to get involved, more likely with Inquisitors and just like Darth Vader getting physically involved, but who knows? But I think Inquisitors get involved. I like the idea where he has this son, he's never home, the father, Lawson, and he's really trying to make sure keep this on the low key. But what I love about this show as well is it's really emphasizing the boogeyman aspect of Maul, where not just has Devin heard stories about Maul being the first Sith seen in thousands of years, but now even with the cops, he's seen as, wow, the ISB restricted him. This must be an extremely important person. The animation is also just gorgeous here on the series. Even better looking than anything we've probably seen in Star Wars animation. It feels like Star Wars Clone War animation meets Arcane, the Netflix show. It looks so photorealistic at times. The way they shoot Maul is extremely, like, so sick. I'll just say it like that. Like the first time we see him and we get the Duel of the Fates music is really cool, but every time he walks over Devin, you see the horns on top of her. You see when he up in the elevator to kill the Pikes. The show is quite violent, I think, for Star Wars animation, people being sliced in half. This to me couldn't be off to a more fantastic start. It's intense. The action scenes are there. The dialogue scenes are really important. And I'm on the edge of my seat. Do I need Maul to die for this show to be good? No, I know where Maul's end's gonna be. But he continues to fascinate me. Each new entry we get into his story continues to fascinate me. The fact that this feels like a crime noir detective show, I also think is really exciting. So that's my thoughts, guys, on the first 2 episodes of Maul Shadow Lord. If you guys like videos like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. We're so close. Please help me get there by subscribing and ringing that bell. Comment down below. What are your thoughts on Maul Shadow Lord? Did you like it? Did you not like it? And also, guys, please hit that thumb button, and I'll see you guys up in another video.